A legendary comedian, a legendary golf course, and a great cause all make for a phenomenal event. It's Medinah Patriot Day, Thursday, July 7th at Medinah Country Club. Proceeds benefiting the Illinois Patriot Education Fund. Tickets available at a discounted rate. If you buy before June 25th, go to MedinahPatriotDay.com for all the info. Tell us about the event. You and my friend Dave Kaplan will be involved.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of people out there. But I get involved because I'm an ex-GI, and I know that freedom isn't free, and that some of our kids, our men and women, are coming back disabled, arms and legs gone, and killed. And this is to get scholarships for their children, the children of those who gave their lives or gave their limbs, for our freedoms. And it's just something I vowed after I came out of the service and saw what they did to our Vietnam vets, saw the way they were treated, that I said, I'll never, ever, the rest of my life, I will spend my life trying to thank the troops, either by verbally going across an airport and saying thank you for your service, or doing things like this at Medinah. It's a great cause. By the way, there's still some foursomes available and some individual spots available. So, it's a great day, a lot of fun, and a great golf course. By the way, that's where they're holding the Ryder Cup.
Yeah. 2012, and they've done a lot of renovation to it for that.
Yeah, it's really going to be a lot of fun, and also for a great, great cause.
Jarrett Payton's going to be out there. Steve Cochran, we were talking about, is going to be out there. Ron Kittle's going to be out there. There'll be a ton of celebs. Yeah,
there'll be a lot of celebrities and a lot more that, I'm talking to some guys to come on out, and then I'm going to perform. I'm going to get up and do some of that great stand-up comedy you were saying.
I mean, you're a hilarious guy. The stories that you could tell, if you forget the stand-up, and just sat there and told stories about the things you've seen. My God.
My one-man show, An Evening of Laughter and Memories of Sinatra, was sold out the last 4 days. All days were sold out. But it was about that. It's half stand-up comedy, but the other half I sit at a bar, lights go down low, Sinatra's singing, it's 2:45, and I invite the audience into this bar with me. I want to take them on a journey that I went on. A little boy from Harvey, Illinois, never dreamed he'd take. The people he never thought he'd meet, in places he never thought he'd go, and the lessons I learned along the way. And that's what the next hour is about in the show. It's all those stories, funny and even tearful stories. I take him to Sinatra's funeral, where I was a pallbearer, where I spoke at his funeral. And so I have the audience laughing, I have them crying. Then in the end, of course, I have them laugh, and I take them out with comedy, But I've had a great career, and as Frank said, the best is yet to come.
What was he like for you, away from the stage, away from people? It's you and he and a couple buddies, and you're hanging out. What was he like?
That's just what he was. But I picked up on something earlier when I started touring with him, that the reason I stayed with him all those years, he never knew how much in awe of him I was. He didn't want another fan. He had millions and millions of fans. He wanted a buddy, wanted a guy to hang out with. We talked baseball. We talked, he just wanted to hang out and talk like guy talk.
So you could give him a hard time. Could you do that in that locker room mentality type humor?
I used to do things to him all the time. One time I went out on stage with a camera. A stagehand took a picture of me, and I took it out on stage. When I finished my show, I went back off. I go back off, and Frank comes on, and he'd call me back out for another bow. I'd take a half bow, wave at him, and go. This night, after 12 years of touring, I walked straight up to him. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Can I ask you a favor?" The band was vamping. I said, I need a favor. He said, "I'm trying to start my show." I said, "Can I get a picture?" And his son, Frank Jr., was conducting. He was holding back. He said to the audience, "Look at this guy." He said, "I'm trying to start my show. He wants a picture." And he said, "All right." And I handed him the camera. I said, "Get a picture of me and Frank Jr." And I went and I put my arm around Frank Jr. And I got a picture of that. He's got a look on his face. He's not happy, But he laughed later on. He said,
Is there anybody comparable today where you in Hollywood and where you watch perform? Anybody in concert that
None.
reminds you?
No, there was never ever anybody like Frank Sinatra. He was the greatest entertainer. Now, forget about his great singing skills, which he was the greatest pop singer of all time. He was an actor. Gene Siskel used to beg me all the time, "Could I get an interview with him? Please, Tommy, get me an interview." Because forget about the From Here to Eternity, who won the Academy Award. What about the Manchurian Candidate? What about a movie called Suddenly? What about The Man with the Golden Arm? And one time I said to him, "Did you ever study acting?" Gregory Peck grabbed my arm. He said, "Acting lessons would have ruined him. He was a diamond in the rough. He danced with Gene Kelly." Extraordinary, extraordinary career.
You told me an amazing story. He had legendary stamina. No. Legendary.
Stayed out till dawn every night, his whole life.
And said to Harry one day, "Think you can keep up with me? Let's get together."
Harry bragged to him. Harry said, "I could," because Frank never went to bed till the sun came up. Never went to bed till the sun came up, and all till the end. When the sun came up, Frank went to bed, and he wanted you to hang out with him. And one night Harry Carey said, I get a hangover. We said, come on with us. At 5:30 in the morning, Harry said, I can't take it anymore. Franks, wait, we're getting another round. Harry said, I'm going back to the Ambassador East. He threw the towel in, you know. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
The hardest I ever made him laugh one time in Vegas. We'd been on the road doing one-nighters all over. We landed in Las Vegas to open at the Desert Inn. We did 2 shows that night. Now it's 4:30 in the morning, and he's out like this. We're 5, 6 guys. I want to go play golf in the morning. It's 4:30. I got up and I said, I started heading for the door, and he said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to bed. He said, what for? I said, I got to get up early in the morning, go to the cemetery and visit those guys. He said, what guys? I said, all those guys who died trying to stay with you every night. He said, go to bed. You know.
All right, after the break, we've got our poll results. We'll wrap up this edition of Chicago Tribune Live. Once again, Medinah Patriot Day is July the 7th. Go to the website for more info. It is a great cause. We'll be right back.